Let's learn about modern history in relation to the high school certificate. Because have you ever wondered if you could just get an AI to answer something like this? Let's check and see if it does anything useful, and I'll test it across my own knowledge. So we're on the 2024 high school certificate. So let's have a check on that one. So that one's okay. So that's even question one. So power and authority in the modern world, 1919 to 1916. So we're going to be asking ChatGPT, what was the role of women in Nazi society, and we're going to refer to source A. Before we go to ChatGPT, let's check source A so that we can think about how we understand it. Okay. I think that'll be down there. Excuse me. Okay. There we are. Okay, source A. Okay. So it's Joseph Goebbels saying that. So do not see women as inferior, but rather as having a different mission, a different value than that of the man. Therefore, we believe that. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Okay, sounds like that. All right, let's see what our friend says. Okay. Actually want modern history. HSC. Answer the following. I can't spell. Modern history HSC question. Correctly. Let's see if it makes an error. I'm very interested to see if it makes an error. Yeah, no, skip out the dots. Yeah, we get it. We'll let ChatGPT figure out how to do that correctly. Okay, send. The strong exam response. Kindakushi. Okay, I mean that's fairly good, actually, considering. Increased population and ratio per years. Okay, it's actually pretty good for just off the top of its head, because I would have said something quite similar. Okay, it's not too bad actually. And I like how it gives you context. So the trick is you don't want it to write it for you, because ultimately it's going to give you these things based on what people who did well were doing. So I wouldn't encourage writing it completely using our good mate ChatGPT, but you can get a broad idea, because you might not have the historical, the contextual knowledge to appreciate that, women had a kind of lesser role in Nazi society, which is interesting because that's probably one of the factors that led to the communists beating them, because they were less squeamish about letting women fight in their wars. Whereas the Third Reich were very ideologically captured in that way. They had to have it a certain way. So, yeah, I guess as far as questions are concerned, it's always good to get little basic things. It's how I would think about our good friend ChatGPT is it saves you time, but you always have to double check things because, let's see, what's it saying? Yeah, cultural bear of the Aryan race. So let's look for a primary source. Okay. So I want, okay, women in, okay, in Nazi Germany. It's probably speaking German for me. Okay. Okay. Yes. Oh, JSTOR, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Although this might be a little bit too complex for us to even go through for this, so let's simplify and we'll just go with Britannica. Okay. There's the transcript. Okay. With family slash even for girls. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a big one. So the father figure of the nation. So I mean, as you can see, like there's a lot of data you can kind of dig up, and it's just a case of saving yourself time. So I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it quick that way. But be careful not to just believe everything it says, because if you don't, if you just like let ChatGPT tell you everything without double checking it, you kind of have to know. Like for example, I'll see the first ones. I didn't click on the first three responses for a specific reason. We're looking for perspectives that are from a diversity of ideas. So I mean, in a Holocaust encyclopedia can potentially have some fairly effective primary sources. Wikipedia can, okay. Wikipedia is good for general knowledge, but see the ones and the twos and the numbers, that's what you want to look for, not so much the Wikipedia. But the thing is, you don't know how to do that until you've learned how to look through this stuff. So at the end of the day, use it to save you time, but don't trust the content 100%, because it will send you astray, and then you'll be like, oh, why don't I get that crappy mark for it? And we don't want to get that crappy mark for it. We'd like to get higher range responses. But yeah, save yourself time, do what you need to, and the main thing is just stay consistent on it and keep critically thinking. As long as you keep those critical faculties functioning, you should be okay. Okay, well, good chatting. If you have questions, please comment below. If there's something you would like to know or have a question around, especially how to use things like this correctly, and that's for when you're studying at school or doing university. It's even going into research. Like there's ways that have been shifted thanks to these new tools. So you have to find a way to use the tool to your advantage. Okay, nice chatting. Goodbye.